Hello everybody, I'm Mark Mazzatenta. Thank you for joining me. You're watching Music School with Mazz, and this is the third episode, I guess you could call it, in the series, which is just an informal chat about various music topics. And today's topic has to deal with relative keys versus parallel keys. So music majors, this will help with your music theory homework. And anybody else who's interested might benefit from this information, especially composers or improvisers. And tonight I've got my Michigan mug with me. I grew up in Warren, Michigan, and so I have fond memories of that, and I use this mug quite a bit. You can see it's starting to chip. Tonight, I just have hot chocolate made with Nestle's Quick. That'll help me. Okay, today's topic. I have some high-tech graphics here, and I'd like to just put this on the screen for a while. And what this is showing you is two separate examples, two pairs of a major scale and its relative minor. You can see that they share the same key signature. The C major scale and the A natural minor scale, they don't have any sharps or flats. The A flat major scale and its relative minor, F, they both use key signature that has 4 flats. So those are called relative keys. So how do you find the relative minor from the major scale? Well, let's take our C major example. Okay, so we have a C major scale. You can find its relative minor by simply going up to the 6th note. C, D, E, F, G, A. And you've just found the starting note for the relative minor. Or you could just go backwards, descending a minor third, which would be 3 half steps. So you could go C, down a half step is B, another one is B flat, and another one is A. You get that same note. Okay, so a C major and A minor, those are related keys. Why don't I play these, and you can hear that they share the same notes. It's just simply that the A minor, A natural minor scale is kind of embedded in the C major. So here's C major. Here's A natural minor. Here's C. C major, A minor. C. They share the same notes. What about the one below that was an A flat major scale? Okay, if I go to the 6th note up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's an F. I've just found the relative minor of A flat. It's F. So I could start there. I just played from F to F and apply that key signature of 4 flats. And A flat major and F minor are relative keys. They share the same notes and they have the same key signature. So how do parallel keys differ from relative keys? Here's my next graphic. Okay, you see 2 different examples here of parallel keys. So you see a D major scale, but then below it, D minor, D natural minor to be exact. And then the last example is a G major scale, and its parallel minor, which would be G minor. Now you might notice Although the major scale and its parallel minor start on the same note, they do have different notes in the scale because the key signatures are different. If you look carefully at the key signatures, you'll see that they're applying different sharps and different flats. So they do not share the same notes, they simply share the same starting note. So listen to the difference. Here's D major. D minor. That's a D natural minor scale. D major has D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and then you're back to where you started. D minor has D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, and then you're back to the D. So they're different. Same thing with G major and its parallel minor. They're going to sound different. They do not share the same notes because G minor is G major is G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and then you're back to G. Whereas the G minor, G natural minor, is G, A, B flat, C, D, E flat, F, and then you're back to G. So they start on the same note, but they do not share the same notes. And you would just call those parallel keys. So what are these useful for? Why know how to do this? Well, as I mentioned, if you have theory homework to do, you're going to need this information. Plus, you'll also need to memorize key signatures and use the circle of fifths for that. That's another topic, though. So who can use this stuff? Composers, I mentioned. Okay, let's say you're a songwriter and you're in the key of C. And you're trying to figure out what to do next. Well, I've been playing chords that are strongly associated with C major. So why don't I switch to the relative minor, which would be A minor? So I could go from playing a C chord to A minor. C, A minor. So you could use both sounds, you know, the C major type sound, which is kind of happy, and the relative minor generally sounds a little bit darker. And if you know how to get there quickly, right, just descend 3 half steps from where you are, C to A, you'll find that A minor harmony. For improvisers, if you realize that a C major scale and an A natural minor scale share the same notes, then you can kind of mentally go back and forth between the two. If you're tired of thinking of C major, you can just switch to A minor, and it'll just give you a little bit of different flavor. For instance, I'm going to think about C major and just improvise a little. Now I'm going to think A minor. You can see how you can just seamlessly go back and forth between them because they share the same notes. So it's just a mental difference. I'm thinking more A than I would be C, perhaps. Parallel keys. Again, if you're a composer, let's say you're in D major. Okay, I just went from the happy D major sound, and then I just directly switched to the parallel minor, which would be D minor. Which gives you a different flavor and different mood. But you do have to know what those notes are and harmonize them with the appropriate chords. Again, that is another whole topic. All right, so I hope you learned a little bit more about relative keys versus parallel keys. All right, who knows what we'll address in the next Music School with Mazz. If you have some suggestions, definitely leave them in the comments. And please like and subscribe. I really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you at the next video.